Syracuse men's basketball was back in action for a Saturday matinee against Bryant, a team that gave the Orange a run for their money 2 years ago. Welcome into sports. I'm Trey Redfield. In 2020, Boeheim's bunch got past the Bulldogs by just one in front of no fans, but plenty showed out for round 2 against the Cuse and the Dogs. Some of those folks came to see Syracuse native Charles Pride, and the Liverpool Warriors showed out. Early in the first half with Judah Mintz on defense, Pride drills the straightaway three. The 2018 state champ finished with 13 points and 6 rebounds. Minutes later, things got chippy. Mintz gets the bucket, but it's called back for a charge. And check out what happens after the play. Mintz gets tangled, exchanges words, slaps Doug Etter in the face, and Etter slaps him right back. It leads to Etter running away from John Bolajak and company. Some ejections were handed out too. Mintz gets tossed along with 3 Bryant players sent to the showers early, and one of them was Etter, taking off his undershirt, his jersey, going right back into the locker room. But back to game action. How about a 35-foot heave to close out the first half? Sharif Gross-Bullock says, yeah, I'm cool with that. The long 3 puts Bryant up 11 at halftime, but now into the second where Justin Taylor came to rip. The freshman drills the 3 with 4 minutes left. Taylor finished with a game-high 25. Moments later, Joe Girard can't hit the 3, but Jesse Edwards puts it back. Cuse in front for the first time today. Jesse finished with a double-double. And now, how about Chris Bell getting involved? He says +3. The winger finished with 14 points, but now here we go. 8 seconds left, Syracuse up 1. You think Bryant is going to use a timeout, right? Nope, not so fast. Gross-Bullock going inside, lays it up, bounces off the rim, and it falls with 0.8 seconds left. The Bryant bench fired up. An emotional game for the Bulldogs, but one last heave here for the Orange. Samir Torrance walking the baseline, sends it down court. Nobody there to corral the pass, and Bryant comes into the dome and gets it done. 73-72 to final. But let's go back to that altercation in the first half. Head coach Jim Boeheim, what did you see?
Judah got pushed, and he swung. You can't do that. You have to learn. It's a hard way to learn, but that's the way it is.
Sitting out and watching the game hurts more than playing in it in a way. So I'm really just disappointed with myself. I'm proud of my teammates for continuing to fight, but it's just disappointing.
Always wanted to play on this court when I was younger and stuff, so just to come in here and get a win, that just means a lot. Like, I looked at my mom, she was so excited. It just meant a lot to me.
Pride comes home and gets his Bulldogs a win. But next up for Syracuse is a tall task. The Orange hit the road to take on 16th-ranked Illinois at 7:30 this upcoming Tuesday. Now rolling into Syracuse women's basketball, trying to bounce back after a loss against Penn State. The Orange were held without a basket for the first 3 minutes, but the Asia Fair ends it right there. Syracuse still down 10-6 after 1 quarter of play. Into the second now, Fair would score the first 8 points, including some jelly here. She finishes with the left. Syracuse opens the second on a 16-4 run, and Asia Strong was a big reason why, too. She gets the righty hook in. Those were 2 of her 7 points, but it was Fair that was on fire in quarter number 2. She scored 16 of her game-high 25 in the second, including that tray ball, and Tisha Hyman chipped in as well. A couple of moves, and the White Plains native gets it to go. She chipped in with 15 points as Syracuse improves to 5-1, taking down Bucknell 65-48. This afternoon on the pitch, a Central New York rematch was on the docket. 3rd-seeded Syracuse men's soccer hosting 14th-seeded Cornell for the 2nd time this season, and this time in the NCAA tournament. The two met back in October where the Big Red took down the Orange, but Cuse had other plans on a cold and rainy afternoon. Let's take you into the second half with 7 minutes left. Corner kick sent in, Nick Allen with the shot, Russell Shilley with the save, but now here comes the counter on the other end. This was a big reason why Syracuse defeated North Carolina in the quarterfinal round of the ACC tournament. But here's Jonah Leibold getting the feed from Shilley, making some moves, fires and scores. Leibold finds the back of the net, and Syracuse is through to the Elite Eight, taking down Cornell by a final of 1-0. That's all for sports. When we come back, we'll talk about NCC News anchor John Dale's new dog. Stick with us.